Welcome to Recap King. In this video, we will explain The Perfect Game. This movie tells the true story of a group of boys who discover Sandlot baseball's joys. Armed with a dream of playing in the Little League, the boys defy the odds, setting off on an unprecedented winning streak that leads them across the border to America in the 1957 Little League World Series. How is their inspirational story? Let's find out in The Perfect Game. The Perfect Game begins in America, where a baseball coach has just been fired by the baseball club owner where he works. The coach was named Cesar. Cesar was fired because the baseball club owner didn't like him, who is a Mexican. Because of the difficulty of getting a job, Cesar decided to return to his hometown in Monterrey, Mexico. Arriving in Mexico, the unemployed Cesar finally decided to work in an iron factory. 1 year has passed, and seen a group of boys following a baseball game live by listening to it on the radio. Then suddenly a boy stood in front of his friends and said that they should be able to play baseball in America one day. Angel is the boy who just talked to his friends and dreams of becoming a baseball player. It was so fun to follow a baseball game over the radio with his friends, thus making Angel too late to go home. This makes his father angry and he gets punished for cleaning the pigsty. While cleaning the pigsty, he heard his parents' conversation, which his mother told his father to treat Angel properly. However, his father replied to his mother's words angrily and said that Angel would never be the same as Pedro, his favorite son, which had died. Hearing his father's words, Angel felt hurt and ran out of the house to the church until he fell asleep. The next day, when he woke up, Angel found a baseball lying in front of the church not far from where he had slept the night before. He then had the idea to practice playing baseball by tossing the ball into a barrel. However, when he threw the ball shot into the house and hit the house owner. The house owner came out angry and asked him what he was doing in front of his house. Angel then said that he was practicing playing the baseball throwing technique. Cesar saw Angel's throw was awful because he failed to throw the baseball to be directed into the barrel several times. Feeling annoyed with Angel's bad throw, Cesar then gave an example of throwing a baseball correctly. Angel then met his friends and showed them the baseball he found. His friends were impressed because this was the first time they could see and hold a real baseball. The next day, Angel came back to Cesar's house and practiced throwing a baseball into a barrel. Cesar, who felt sorry for Angel's poor throwing, finally intended to practice his baseball throwing technique to Angel. Seeing Cesar's perfect throw, Angel was curious and asked him where he could throw a baseball as good as that. Cesar then told him that he used to be a coach in a baseball club in America. Long story short, Angel and his friends met an old male priest named Esteban. Angel and his friends tell them they want to form a baseball team. Hearing this, Esteban asked if anyone would train them to play baseball. Angel was reminded of Cesar and he immediately went to see him. When he met Cesar, Angel begged Cesar to train him and his friends to play baseball. However, due to his bad experiences in the past, Cesar refuses Angel's request and says that he doesn't want to do anything with baseball again. When this conversation took place halfway, Angel noticed that Cesar seemed to like a beautiful woman named Maria. He immediately offered an agreement in which he and his friends would promise to help Cesar approach Maria as long as he would train them to play baseball. Eventually, Cesar agreed to the offer and promised to coach them. The next day, Angel and his friends cleared an empty field of twigs, stones, and abandoned items in the vacant land because they would use the land to practice baseball. They worked together to get rid of the many car tires scattered on the vacant land. After cleaning, they then made a path for a mini baseball field using chalk and called Cesar to train them. Cesar, who came eventually, found out that the children did not have adequate baseball equipment. To help these children, Cesar then contacted one of his colleagues when they worked in a club in America. He asked his partner to send baseball equipment and asked him to register Angel and his friends to play in the Children's Baseball League in America. Sometime later, when Cesar was strolling into the city center, he suddenly bumped into Maria and soon they became acquainted. Then, Cesar invites Maria for a walk. However, Maria instead asked Cesar to come to her house and have dinner with her family later that night. Cesar agreed to the invitation and promised to come. In the afternoon, when Pastor Esteban was praying for Angel and his friends, Cesar came with a package of baseball equipment sent by his colleague from America for the children. With adequate equipment, Cesar can begin to train the children. They practiced until the evening and Cesar forgot his promise to come to Maria's house for dinner. His absence makes Maria feel disappointed and upset. The next day, Maria came to Cesar, who was training the children. Cesar apologized for not attending the dinner with Maria and her family. Not long after, a boy named Theo, one of Angel's friends, came and brought a flower to Maria, saying that Cesar had prepared the flower since yesterday. Maria finally melted and forgave Cesar. Day after day, Angel and his friends continue to practice playing baseball with being coached by Cesar. Finally came the exciting announcement in which Cesar announced that Angel and his friends had been accepted to play in the Children's Baseball League in America. Cesar then distributed baseball uniforms to the children. A few days later, wearing a baseball uniform, Angel said goodbye to his father to play baseball in Texas, America. Instead of supporting his son's efforts to play baseball, Angel's father even said that the burden on their family would be less if he left. Hearing this, Angel felt sad. Not long after, Angel left for Texas by bus. Arriving in Texas, they went straight to the baseball field and immediately rolled in the middle of the baseball field. They did this because it was the first time they were actually on a real baseball field with nice, lush grass. Several opposing teams who saw the incident looked down on them. Before the match, Pastor Esteban prayed together and prayed that Angel and his friends would succeed in competing. In the first match, Angel felt inferior because the opposing team had a larger body posture than their body poster. Therefore, during the break time, Cesar motivated Angel and his friends by saying that body posture does not guarantee greatness and that their food is the same as ours. Then Cesar gave the message that does your best and beat them. Because of this motivation, they played well and won the game in the end. Angel and his friends also qualified to advance to the next round. Winning the first game made them more confident. Angel played very well in the next match by throwing a difficult ball for his opponent so that the opposing team missed the ball. This brought victory to Angel's team with a landslide score of 7-1 and made their team qualify for the semifinals. Angel and his team in America continue to train to improve their baseball skills. They train in the morning while the opposing team is still sleeping. Their persistence paid off when their team won 8 matches in a row. Angel and his friends celebrate their victory by eating at a restaurant. While eating at a restaurant, Angel sees an African-American boy from the opposing team sitting alone being ostracized by the other team members. This made him curious and he asked Cesar. Cesar then explained that in America this is common. Angel, who was taught about togetherness, finally approached the boy, sat together and shared food. In the evening, when Angel and his friends were resting at the hotel, they were approached by 2 police officers who asked them to return to Mexico because their visas had expired. This made Cesar and Pastor Esteban nervous because there was still a semifinal match for the children to participate in. However, the miracle came the next day when Cesar received a letter from the American embassy granting visa extension and allowing the boys to continue playing and participate in the next match. However, the visa extension did not apply to Pastor Esteban. Finally, Pastor Esteban immediately packed up to return to Mexico. Before going home, he advised the children to do their best. The semifinal match arrived, but Angel and his friends refused to play because a priest had not prayed for them. The refusal to play made Cesar finally called by the match referee. Cesar then said that children refuse to play unless the priest prays for them. Overhearing the conversation between Cesar and the referee, a baseball field gardener interrupts their conversation and says that his brother is a priest, so the referee allowed the gardener to call his brother to pray for Angel's team before the match. Not long after, Pastor Louis came and immediately prayed for the children. After that, they want to play and compete in the baseball semifinal match. As expected, Angel played really well and won the baseball game. Back in Mexico, Angel's father secretly reads the newspaper news about his son's victory in the Children's League baseball game in America. While looking at Pedro's photo, he cries and regrets being rude to Angel. Pastor Esteban turned out to have arrived in Mexico and was giving a talk at the church. He asked the congregation to make a sincere contribution to the needs of the children who are competing in America. It was seen that Angel's father had also put something into the donation bowl that was circulated in the church. It turned out that Angel's father gave him a necklace for Angel. In Texas, Angel is accompanied by his friends and Cesar to attend a press conference a few days before the final match. During the press conference, a reporter asked Cesar about the body shape of his protege, who is small in stature, which is very different from the opposing team. Cesar then replied that their team came to play baseball, not join a WWE match. The final match is here. Located at original Little League Field in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Angel and his friends will be taking on the defending baseball team from Texas. Maria and her father were seen sitting watching the match live in the audience. While on the bench, it was seen that Pastor Louis was praying for Angel and his friends before the match. Not long after, Cesar, standing next to the baseball field, was approached by a male reporter from Mexico. The journalist gave him an envelope from Pastor Esteban, filled with money from the church congregation and a necklace from Angel's father. Meanwhile in Monterrey, Mexico, the residents have gathered to watch the baseball game via radio broadcast. The workers at the iron factory, including Angel's father, also wanted to follow the live broadcast of the match but were forbidden by the factory owner. Finally, Angel's father asked all the workers to skip work and together with other residents, they came to the front of the church to hear the baseball game broadcast live. The match started. At the beginning of the game, Angel's team played well. However, problems arise when Ricardo, a boy in Angel's team, gets injured and is replaced by a substitute named Enrique. Enrique had twice failed to hit the ball. Luckily, on the third stroke, he was able to hit the ball hard and the ball fell in the stands. In the rest session before the last round started, Cesar gave motivation words and said that the key to victory lies with Angel. Angel is asked to make a difficult throw. However, when the final round of the match began, Angel, who was standing and preparing to throw, saw a boy being carried by his father in the stands. It reminded him of his father figure who never supported him. The memory of his father made his spirits down and the ball he gave to the opposing team became too easy to hit. Seeing this, Cesar asked for a break and immediately approached him. Cesar asks why Angel is changing and not doing his best. Cesar said that all his team members expected him to show his best performance. Angel then started crying and told him that one person didn't expect him to do his best, and that person is his father. Hearing this, Cesar immediately remembered the necklace he received from the Mexican reporter before the game. He gave the necklace to Angel and said that now his father had changed. He is proud and supports him to win. Angel then wore the necklace during the match and he played very well. The final match continues. Now Angel is showing his best in playing baseball, until finally, Angel and his friends won the match. The audience cheered. Maria and her father, who watched the game live, immediately approached Cesar and congratulated him. The residents of Monterrey cheered for Angel's victory. Angel and his team returned to Mexico by plane at the end of the film. Arriving in Monterrey, Angel was greeted by his father who immediately apologized for being rude and ignoring him all this time. His father then carried and hugged him with pride. The film ends.